Hey guys, welcome back to GeekJ, where we make tech, tutorials, and gaming simpler and better. Are you guys using OpenCode? You know, that amazing terminal-based AI agent that let us code with any LLM? It's incredible. It's provider agnostic, it's context aware, it's terminal native. It's kind of the dream workflow, honestly. But for me, there is or was one huge problem. Connecting your local models from Llama.cpp, Ollama, LM Studio, it's kind of a nightmare. Or was kind of a nightmare? You have to manually find a hidden opencode.json file, edit it, and pray you don't miss a single comma or a bracket or something. And yeah, maybe it works. So yeah, one tiny mistake and the whole thing breaks. You cannot run any of your local models or even OpenCode anymore if it kind of errors out the whole JSON file. And if you switch models, guess what? You have to do the whole thing all over again. It's tedious, it's frustrating, and honestly, it's a waste of time in my opinion. So I'm going to give you a simple example. I'm going to run OpenCode that I have installed locally here on my PC, Windows-based PC. And obviously you can see it is running one of the default models, the Grok Code Fast 1. And if we do /models, you can see over here we have some other models from opencode.json. I have connected the Open Router, and you can see we have access to some other free models that it offers. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like if we're running any other kind of model locally, we don't have an option to select it. So let's exit out of this. And let's say, for example, I do run Ollama. And as you can see, it is currently running K2 thinking over the cloud. And if we go on the settings, you can see that this is exposed to my network over here. We go back, and if I run OpenCode again, and then we go back to models, you're gonna be able to see that we don't have access basically to this model running locally. The only way to have access to this is to basically add it into our opencode.json file. So after we install OpenCode on a Windows machine, it usually doesn't create automatically the opencode.json file, so we have to create it manually. So how we would do this is go to right click and then new. I'm gonna create a text document. I'm gonna go with OpenCode over here, and instead of txt, I'm gonna change this to JSON, and I'm gonna answer yes to this prompt. And then we have the ability to type in whatever we want in this JSON file. So now we have to dig in through some kind of documentation and find out what exactly OpenCode understands. And then after we type things in, and it will look something like this. We will add the models we are running. I'm going to try running the K2 thinking over the cloud and the DeepSeek 3.1 over the cloud. And it's basically saved. We're just going to exit out of this, as you can see over here. And basically, if I run OpenCode again, we're going to go into models, and we're going to see a list. And as you can see, some of these are already present. We can see the K2, which is running remotely, and the DeepSeek, which is running remotely. So let's go with the K2 that is running remotely right now on our system through the cloud, as you can see over here. And we can say test, and it will respond. And it is through Ollama that is running remotely. Now, what if we want to choose another model over here? We have to select it, and then we have to go back to the opencode.json file and re-edit that configuration file, save it, and then it will be able to recognize that we have some of these models running locally. But what if we want to run LM Studio as well, and maybe Llama.cpp? And that is exactly why I created OmniLink. So think of OmniLink as the universal adapter for your AI workflow. It scans your running providers. Ollama, LM Studio, and Llama.cpp are the ones that concurrently work, and it detects new models and instantly updates your OpenCode configuration file for you. Don't have to do anything else. So no more manual editing, no more syntax errors. It even automatically cleans up dead links from models you've deleted before, and it takes a backup of your current working opencode.json. So if something goes wrong, you can always just rename your backup file and you're going to be completely fine. So let me show you how fast this is. And I'm here on my Windows PC. I'm running a local model and I'm going to use LlamaForge. And if you're wondering what LlamaForge is, you can check out my previous video up there, I think. Hello? So let me quit out of Ollama. Then I'm going to quit out of OpenCode over here. And this is LlamaForge running. I'm going to start the service and then click on open. As you can see over here, we have our little interface. I'm going to scan the folder. It's going to find the models I have saved on my hard drive. And let's go on ahead and select the 20B GPT OSS model over here. And I'm going to select the HIP version so we can run it on ROCm. I'm going to give it, let's see, 16,000. And I'm going to put in my own local IP over here, click on all the settings that I need, and I'm gonna leave that as is. As you can see, this is the command it's going to run, and it automatically kind of does everything. Normally, you would have to type this in manually every time you want to type in your model with these parameters. So LlamaForge does all the hard work for you. So you can even edit the command if you want, but yeah, if you want a detailed video for LlamaForge, just check out my previous video. Gonna start at the server, and if we go into our task manager, you can see that it already loaded the model into our VRAM, and it is basically running locally. And if I squeeze this in over here, I can go into the interface and I can say, tell me a joke, and you will see the usage spiking, and it told us a joke, and it used 130.12 tokens per second. So pretty good speeds over here. So obviously, if I open OpenCode right now, the model is not going to be there. So watch this. Head on over to my GitHub profile. I'm going to have a link for everything in the description below. Then you can click on the OmniLink repository. And as always, we can go over here that says releases. I'm going to go into the +3 releases. We are going to go for the latest beta. And I'm just going to download the latest 7z, which is basically a standalone exe file. When you extract it, you don't need to install anything. So after you've downloaded this file to the location you want, you can just right click and then use 7-zip to extract it here. And as you can see, it's a singular exe file, and you can run this application. And as you can see, this is the default view. So you can see it says a localhost over here on all of these different providers, Ollama, LM Studio, and Llama.cpp, which is the one we're using right now. And it does point to the correct location for opencode.json. If you have it in a different location, you can just go over here and navigate to it through the browse button. But for the sake of this demonstration, we're going to delete the opencode.json file. So we don't have an opencode.json file present on this system. So let's say we know for a fact the IP of our system is 192.168.3.14, which is actually the local IP of this machine that runs all of these. We're going to save the config file, and then we're going to click OK and exit, and you will be able to see that the next time we run OmniLink, it's going to remember that setting because we saved the config for OmniLink. And if I click on sync models, it's going to try and find all of these locally running models on Ollama, LM Studio, and Llama.cpp, and it's going to also create the opencode.json file if it's not created automatically by the system. So right now, if we go into browse, you will see that it has created this little file, and if we edit it with any kind of text editor, you will see that it has added our model and everything is correctly added over here. We don't have to worry about making any mistakes. So let's go on ahead and run OpenCode again. And if we go into /models, you can see over here that we do have a Llama.cpp and the GPT OSS is running. We can say hello, and we can see the response of the model. It says hello after it did do a little bit of thinking. And if you want to see real time over here, I'm going to have the task manager running, and I'm going to say tell me a joke, and you will be able to see the usage going up, or tell me a short story, and the usage is going to go a little further up over here, as you can see. So basically it created the file, added the models, and saved the config file. And as you saw, we launched OpenCode, and boom, our local LLM was over here, and we were able to immediately use it. And we're basically ready to ask the model questions, code, do whatever we want. So yeah, for my home lab users out there running Ubuntu server or any other kind of Debian system, you will find it just as easy. So we just need to download the script and extract it. As you can see over here, we just download the linux.7z file over here. Then we need to extract it. And after we create the executable running this command, then we can just run the install.sh. And how do we use it? We just need to type in OmniLink. That's it. And it doesn't matter from which location you run this command, as I'm going to demonstrate just now. So basically, if I just type in OmniLink, it's going to run the script. It's going to say it found one model running, and I'm not running currently Ollama or LM Studio, so it failed those two. But let's say I do run them, so I'm going to go with Ollama, and at the same time I'm going to go with LM Studio, so both of them are going to be running on the system. And everything, as you can see, is happening in real time over here. So Ollama and LM Studio. So I'm going to go with typing in OmniLink again, and you will see that it will find everything. It does have two models on Ollama running over the cloud. It does have one model running on LM Studio, and it does have one model running on Llama.cpp. So if we go on ahead and type in OpenCode right now, and then we go with the /models command, you're going to be able to see all of those models that are running right now. As you can see, Llama.cpp is on the recent, and KimiK2 is also on the recent, and they are running remotely. And obviously, we're going to find other models as well over here. So you can see here, Ollama has the DeepSeek cloud version as well, and LM Studio has these 4 registered in it. So basically, if we just select the model that is running on our LlamaForge or Llama.cpp and say, so tell me a joke, sure thing. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. Okay, ha ha ha. Anyway, we can also on the fly switch to any of the other models. So let's go to the K2 thinking that is running over Ollama over here. And we're gonna say, write me a short, funny story. And basically you can see it did write a short little story over here, and it did use the K2 thinking model. And all of that happened on the fly. Let me stop the service and then exit out of this and quit Ollama and quit Llama Studio. And basically it's that easy. Just whenever you want to update your models, you type in OmniLink in your terminal and that's it. It handles the SSH headaches, the pathfinding, everything. So it's simple, fast, free, and open source. You can grab OmniLink right now from my GitHub. A link is in the description below, as always. And obviously, if this helped you fix your local AI workflow, smash that like button, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss a GeekJ video. If you want to take it further, consider joining the GeekJ squad for early access and exclusive perks, or drop a super thanks if you're feeling generous. And you can also do the same with my GitHub projects. Drop your results in the comments. I read every single one of them, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.